Going over IRS Form 5754, statement by person or persons receiving gambling winnings. So if you win gambling money, whether it's lottery, like a state-run lottery, whether you bet on the ponies at the horse track, whether you win a bunch of money at a poker casino, you may be asked to complete this form, specifically if there's a situation in which you entered a bet with one or more other people, and the payer, whether it's the state lottery commission, whether it's the horse track, needs to allocate your winnings amongst multiple people. Probably one of the more frequent occurrences would be if a group of people, two or more, decide to pool together money so that they can buy lottery tickets. And whoever wins the lottery ticket or wins the lottery would complete this report, and then they would also report certain information on the other persons that may be eligible for those winnings. So let's just imagine in this situation, John Doe and John Smith pull together to buy lottery tickets, and they win $100,000. John Doe's holding on to the winning lottery tickets, so he's the person that the State Lottery Commission is asking to complete IRS Form 5754. So there are two parts to this tax form, in addition to the information fields at the top. So let's just say that we entered the date that he won, which would be June 30th, 2023. He won a lottery, and we've got some sort of game number here that the Lottery Commission is tied to this particular result. So in part two, we would outline the name of the person to whom the winnings were paid. And then in part one, we would do that. In part two, we would outline other people that are entitled to part of the winnings. So in this case, John Smith and John Doe are splitting their winnings 50-50, and we're going to put John Doe as the winner. And so we've got John Q. Doe, his address, his social security number. With the lottery, technically you don't need to have another form of ID. I just completed this information field, for people that may be completing this as a result of winnings at the horse track or a poker scene where you would actually be required to present another form of ID, in this case, a state driver's license with a driver's license number on it. So they split down the winnings, $100,000, so $50,000 each. So this is kind of what it would look like. This isn't formal to the IRS or anything. This basically goes to the payer, in this case, the State Lottery Commission. And this allows them to correctly report the information on the respective IRS Form W2G. So in this case, John Doe could expect a Form W2G as well as John Smith. And John Doe has outlined, what the amount of the winnings should be. So, sorry, column E, we'll get to that in just a moment. So in John Doe's case, he received $50,000. The federal income tax withheld was 12% or $12,000 because lottery winnings are maybe subject to backup or regular lottery withholding. So we go into a little bit more detail about that. But basically, if you win more than $5,000, then you're going to have to withhold 24% of that, or the payer will have to withhold 24% of that and remit that to the IRS as a tax payment. So that's what's reflected here. And then and there's also backup withholding. We kind of explain both types of withholding in a little bit more depth in our article, which you can find on our website. I'll tell you that in just a moment. But in part 2, we're going to put John Doe's information here. He won $50,000. John Smith, here's his information. He also won $50,000. Winnings from identical wagers. So if you, let's say you bought a horse racing ticket where you bet $2 for a trifecta where horse 1 comes in first, horse 2 comes in second, horse 3 comes in third. And then your friend whom you're splitting winnings with also puts a bet for $2 on the exact same outcome. Then you would actually have identical wagers, and that's how that would be reported. You would report your winnings from identical wagers here. So that's all that means. We do kind of flush that out a little bit more in the article. And as you can see, you can put space for up to 3, 4, 5. It looks like somewhere around 12 or 14 different people. So you can use all of this space. If you need more, you should be able to provide an additional space. So again, if you're not required to fill out this form. However, you should, just because it will be easier to report the Form W-2G, which is owed to you no later than January 31st of the following year. And then you would use that information to file your tax return. At the bottom, you would sign and date the form, signature and date. So this form does not go to the IRS. It simply is for the records of the casino or the horse track or the state lottery commission that's paying you your winnings. So they may have additional guidance, which you should pay attention to, but everything that you need to know is either here or in the instructions for IRS Form W-2G, which goes into a lot more detail about certain aspects of what backup withholding, regular withholding. We cover that in detail in our article as well. So that's all we have for this video, for this form. If you do want to learn a little bit more, you can check out our article, which is on teachmepersonalfinance.com. If you type in IRS Form 5754 in the search bar, you should see the article appear. And if you like our articles, please subscribe to our newsletter. If you like our YouTube videos, please subscribe to our channel. We'll put links in the show notes to other relevant forms and schedules, articles and videos that we've created for them that might be pertinent to your situation. So if you have any questions, please hit me up in the comments section. Otherwise, thank you very much and have a great day.